Here with Maddie Wittstruck on the left here and Avery Lewis on the right to preview the 2024 competitive dance season at Concordia. As we record this, about a couple weeks roughly from the first official competition of the season, but practice is underway now as we get into the second semester. Just wanted to maybe get a little bit of background on both of you. Maddie's from Milford and Avery's from Seward, so very local. Starting with Maddie, what was the decision like, first of all, to choose Concordia and stay close to home?
Yeah, Concordia was really close to home, which was really nice because my family is right by if I ever need them. But I really felt a sense of community, especially with our coach Mandy. She made the visit super welcoming, and I just felt like Concordia had welcomed me with open arms, and it just felt like the right place for me.
And same thing for you, Avery. You're right in your hometown. What made you want to stay?
Yeah, so like what Maddie said, I loved the welcoming atmosphere that Concordia had, and when I had my campus tour originally, I just fell in love with Coach Mandy, and in high school I had practices with her occasionally, so I already knew her, and she was just always wonderful to have as a leader, and I just loved the dance side as well as the science and the welcoming atmosphere and the Lutheran atmosphere as well.
Mm-hmm. Thought I'd ask both of you about kind of how you got into competitive dance and maybe why you thought this was something you wanted to do as a college athlete. Starting with you, Maddie, what got you interested in this?
Yeah, so I've been dancing for a really long time, since I was like 4 years old. And I danced at studio, and then I was on my high school dance team. And I knew I wanted to continue it, my love of dance, because there's only so long that you can really go in this sport. And so it was a great opportunity for me to keep going and keep doing what I love. And I've grown as a dancer a ton at Concordia, and that has been a great experience as well.
How about you, Avery?
So I've also been dancing for a very long time. I started dance in about 5th grade, but before that I did gymnastics, so that kind of started everything. And then throughout high school I did studio dance and dance team as well as cheer, and so I wanted to continue that as well, and I just knew that Concordia was the perfect place for that.
All right, wanted to talk a little bit about last season first. Certainly one of the thrills, I think, was winning CIT, which was the first time in program's history. Yeah. What was your reaction to that, I guess, starting with Maddie?
It was great. It was great to bring home the trophy for the first time, especially with our team last year. It's been an incredible experience, especially having our new freshmen from last year being sophomores, having them come on. Winning CIT was a really great experience.
It was, for
yeah.
sure. Yeah, it was just amazing, the atmosphere that CIT has, and being able to take home that trophy, and in Seward especially, it was just amazing. And like Maddie said, the team just makes it that much better, and so it was a wonderful experience.
Right. Most people on the team had never experienced CIT because of the
It was our first CIT.
It was our first CIT
after
as
the
well.
last two
Right.
cancellations.
It was amazing.
As far as I think the team has continued to improve year after year, and I know Nationals was something that felt like it was getting a little bit closer last year. Just what can you say maybe about the growth of the program to be in that position?
It's been incredible to watch Concordia grow from our freshman year to our senior year. It's been absolutely like mind-blowing, honestly. I've grown so much as a dancer. I know Avery has. I know we have as a team in general, just levels of difficulty. We've grown every year and year after. The growth has been phenomenal. Last year we came short of nationals, but I think we have built even more on top of where we're at. We have a lot of returning dancers, and we all bring something to the table.
Yeah.
We're a very competitive-minded team, and so is our coach, and I think with her at the head, I think we could really go pretty far this season.
Yeah, I agree. Last year we made even more progress than we had in previous years, and like Maddie said, I think we've made a ton this year as well, and everyone has different skills and everyone has a different background of what they're good at, and they bring that to the table, and it's just been amazing to see how all those things mesh together, and I'm just so excited to see where we land this year, and fingers crossed as we go to nationals.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Is that kind of a goal? I mean, is
Yeah,
that something
absolutely. Yeah.
you all talk about?
It's always
Yeah.
always in the mindset of
Yeah.
the season. Yeah.
Okay, well, as we record this again, practice kind of underway. What's really the focus right now before class gets started?
Right now is just getting as much done as we can. It's just cleaning the routine, making sure it's as good as it can be, making sure we're executing things correctly. I don't know if you have any.
Yeah, I guess we're just going section by section and making little changes and cleaning everything up that needs to be cleaned, and then just getting ready for our first competition that's coming up.
I also think that teams around the conference seems like are getting better. Scores are higher at
Yeah.
competitions.
Yeah.
How does that maybe motivate you to continue to, I guess, up your game too?
The GPAC is incredibly competitive.
It
They
is.
are always scoring very high. There are multiple teams in the GPAC conference that end up going to nationals, just qualifying with super high scores and very high national rankings. I think watching all of the performers throughout the entire season, not just at GPAC and our regionals, but just watching them throughout the season, watching their routines, like the greatest execution that they could possibly do. It's just been so incredible to watch them, and then we
Yeah.
want to bring the same energy that they do. We want to match them, if not go higher than them in that account. You know?
Yeah, I think it's just even more motivating when your competitors are stepping up as well. It just makes you want to step up that much more, if not more. So.
How about what's something that maybe people that aren't familiar with the sport might be surprised to know about? Just what all goes into it?
Hours and
Yeah.
hours. I think
Yeah.
people like see the dance team, you see us a lot at halftime, and that's a little different than competitive is. We just bring up our game that much more. But hours every week. We're in there almost every single day. We are lifting in the weight room, trying to get better and better. Just building that up has, I don't think people expect that much work to go into it, but it takes nitpicking the smallest little details in order to be super successful in dance.
And part of the competitions that we have to do is we have to do 3 different styles of dance within one 2.5 minute long routine. And so switching from hip hop to pom or pom to jazz, you have to completely change your mindset, and knowing the technical things within each style is just, there's so much that goes into it that people don't realize. And so it's fun to learn all those things, but it's also, it's tricky to switch from one to the next within 5 seconds or something like that.
Thought maybe to kind of wrap things up, maybe you could both talk about your kind of academic pursuits and what's coming next after Concordia.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm a senior at Concordia right now, so I'm planning on graduating in May, but I am a biology major with a chemistry minor, and right now I'm kind of looking at medical lab science, pursuing that a little bit more. I want to get a little bit more experience in hospitals and as much experience as I can before applying for any more like secondary programs, but that's kind of what's in the mindset for this year.
Yeah, and I'm kind of similar to Maddie, so we're opposites.
Yeah.
She's biology, but I have chemistry as a major, and then I have biology minor, and I'm also senior graduating in May. And right now I'm in the process of applying to graduate schools. So I've applied to a few, and I'm just trying to pursue a doctorate in chemistry to hopefully do research someday in pharmaceutical science or biochemistry, and hopefully someday be a professor.
Okay. Maybe at Concordia.
Yeah, maybe. I would love that.
All right. Well, last thing, could I get a SCO Dogs?
Go Dogs!